One thing I've learned over the years, and especially during COVID lockdown, you got to learn how to interpret the facts and the figures and the statistics, because they say numbers and statistics don't lie. And for the most part, that is true. But certain times you got to understand where the facts and the figures and statistics stem from. And you got to learn and understand how to interpret them. They say, allegedly, that the average height of a woman is 5'3". You know that's bullshit. Just go out onto the street. You know, like what they will always dish out certain numbers and facts and figures and that, and say, oh, 1 in 3 people are homosexual and that bullshit. How many gay people do you know out of the total amount of people that you know? Yeah, it's not you know 30 people and you know 10 gay people. That's bullshit. The average person, if they know 30 people, 10 of them are not gay. The average person, they know 30 people, then maybe 1 or 2 of them are. So they will have to dish out these numbers and that. And my philosophy is, yeah, maybe take into account the numbers and the facts and the statistics. But you know what? Just go out into the real world and have a look for yourself. They say the average woman is allegedly, the height of average woman is allegedly 5'3". I think that's bullshit. Because if I just look at the women that are directly around me, that's not the case. My girl is 5'7", 5'6". The chick that lives next door, or lived next door because they moved, she was like 5'9", 5'10". The old woman next door, 77 blood clot years old. She's about 5'8", 5'9". There was a chick that was living at number 4. She was about 5'7". There was a woman that was living at like number 3. She was like 5'7" as well. All these women are around me, yeah, directly next to me and that, living on my estate and that. They all seem to be round about 5'7", 5'8". So that just tells me the average height of a woman is 5'7", 5'8". They say allegedly the average height of a man is 5'9". That's bullshit. When I go out onto the streets, most men, if I was to look at them and observe their height, I'd say most men probably have like 2 inches on me. Like I'm 5'9.5". Let's remember the half, yeah. Most men that are walking around are around about 5, a high 5'10", yeah, or low 5'11", yeah. So man are 5'10", 5'11", yeah, if not 6 foot. So to me, the average height of a man is not 5'9", because the average man that I walk past will usually have an inch or 2 on me. I'm 5'9.5". Sometimes you have to understand where the statistics are coming from and just be able to interpret them. You remember during COVID lockdown, they said, oh, there's a pandemic, all these people are dying and that. Blood, when you left your house, you know, you wasn't supposed to leave your house, but when you did leave your house to go and grab some milk and not see your girlfriend, or not go and see your brethren, because we're all law-abiding citizens and that, did you see a pandemic? Because they said there was a pandemic. But did you see a pandemic? Did you see craziness going on? Did you see ambulances driving up and down like it was a fucking apocalypse, Armageddon, fucking zombie apocalypse? No. They were talking about all these people dying during COVID and that. And when, after a few months and that, they started to look at the facts and the figures and that, oh, 100,000 COVID deaths and that. When they actually broke down these deaths and that, they're like, oh, well, 5,000 people died from a heart attack. A couple of people got ran over. A couple of people died from lung failure and that. All of those allegedly were COVID deaths, but they weren't caused by COVID. But the media would push that out there onto the people that and told them, yeah, this is a COVID death. Bullshit. There's certain situations and that will make people think that black people are treated a little bit different to other people. And sometimes you just have to look at where the statistics are taken from. So allegedly, you remember that time when they said that young black children are 6 times more likely to get strip searched than white kids. But they were basing those statistics on fucking London. Like, let me tell you something right now, yeah? There's hardly any white English kids in London left. Yeah? And the kids, them, unfortunately, that are getting involved in doing up crime, the majority of them are black. So obviously, if they're doing their statistics in London and it's coming up that black children are 6 times more likely to get strip searched than white kids and that, well, I know why. Because their pool that they're observing is mainly full of black kids. And the white kids that are about, they're not doing up crime if there's any fucking left. You see, most white English people have moved out of London now. Yeah, there ain't that much knocking about. So sometimes you gotta just look at the statistics and understand where they come from and what it truly means, man. So yeah, that's one thing I observe, man. You can't always go by the facts and the figures and that. Yeah, numbers don't lie, but sometimes you gotta understand where the numbers are taken from and know how to interpret it. Anyway, man, that's for today, man. Stay wise. Done now.